Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Daily news and updates for 27th May 2024. Radisys, a company owned by Reliance Industries Ltd, subsidiary Jio Platforms Ltd, is collaborating with Tech Mahindra and Finland's Nokia to team up with Next Gen Infrastructure Company or NGIC. NGIC, in which the Ghanaian government, Ascent Digital and KNet have equity stakes, is positioned as the first neutral 5G shared infrastructure provider in Africa. The company's initial focus will be on offering 4G and 5G network support in Ghana before expanding its services across the continent. The capital market regulator Sebi is cracking down on gaming apps providing virtual trading services and fantasy games based on the movement of real-time share prices of listed companies, which have mushroomed over the past few years in the wake of high retail investor appetite for stock trading. The Sebi has asked exchanges and depositories not to share real-time price data with third parties in a move aimed at quashing such activities. The electronics manufacturing industry is urging the government for a Rs 30,000 to Rs 35,000 crore production-linked incentive scheme for components and sub-assemblies along with capital expenditure backup to support surging exports of mobile phones and other electronics. The ongoing general elections have thrown up a problem of plenty for the government. Its cash balances are much higher than before the previous two Lok Sabha polls, but curbs on spending mean that banks are parched of funds while the centre tries hard to prevent the money from sitting idle. The adoption of more efficient fund management practices by the centre, healthy tax collections, and a build-up of cash by state governments have resulted in overall government cash balances swelling past Rs 3 lakh crore and locking out funds from the banking sector. After experiencing strong growth rates of above 8% for 3 consecutive quarters, economic growth is expected to have moderated to at least a 4-quarter low in the March quarter of financial 24 due to sequential slowdown in key growth drivers. During the first 3 quarters of financial year 24, the economy grew 8.2%, 8.1% and 8.4% respectively. The National Statistical Office has projected the financial year 24 growth rate of 7.6%, implicitly assuming 5.9% growth in the fourth quarter of financial year 24. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.